Okay students, now we start chapter 8 vector algebra. Okay, exercise 8.1, question number 1. What is the question? Represent graphically the displacement of 45 centimeter 30 degree north of east, second subdivision 80 kilometer 60 degree south of west. Now solution. Okay, here x-axis, this is y-axis, x-axis, this is y-axis. So we know the sides north, south, east, west. Okay, after 30 degree north of east means here this is north, this is east. So between north to east, for 30 degrees here. Okay, 30 degrees here. Here north of east means the arrow mark here. 30 degree. Okay, the length is 45 centimeter. Now subdivision to 80 kilometer 60 degree south of west. So east, north, west, south is here. So south of west 60 degree means west and south is here. So between the values, between the value 60 degrees here. So 60 degree here. So the length is 80 kilometer. Okay, 60 degree lying on west to south. So south of west means south to west or west to south. So 60 degrees lying is here. Okay. Thank you students. Subdivision 2. Prove that the relation are defined on set of all vectors by A related to B if A equal to B vector is on equivalence relation on B. Okay. Now solution. Let A vector, B vector, C vector belongs to V. V means set of all vectors. Okay, where V is the set of all vectors. Let R be the relation defined A related to B. A equal to B. First condition, reflexive. Reflexive means A vector. A related to A. Reflexive means condition is A related to A. So R is a reflexive. After second condition, symmetry. A equal to B and B equal to A. A equal to B and B equal to A. That means A related to B and B related to A. So both conditions are equal means so R is symmetric. Next third condition, transitive. A related to B, B related to C implies A related to C. A related to B, B related to C means A related to C. So R is transitive. Okay. Thank you students. 3. Let A vector and B vector be the position vectors of the point A and B. Prove that the position vectors of the point trisect the line segment AB or A vector plus 2B vector by 3 and B vector plus 2A vector by 3. Okay, now solution. Now just make one line. So starting point A, ending point B. After P and Q is any point. Okay, P and Q is any point. Now here A to B 1 units, B to Q 1 units, Q to B 1 units is here. Okay. So let A vector and B vector be the position vectors of A and B. Now OA vector equal to A vector. OA vector A vector means it is on position vector. OB vector means B vector. It is a condition. Okay. Now we want to prove that OP vector. OP vector means 1 unit of OB vector plus 2 units of OA vector because it is separating by 1:2 ratios. OP vector means 1 unit is here. OP vector means 1 unit and 1 unit of OB, 2 unit of OA. So 1:2. 1:2 means 1 plus 2. So 1 into OB, 1 into OB, 2 into OA, 2 OA. OB how to write? B vector. OA how to write? A vector divided by 3. So 1 into B vector, 2 into A vector, 2A vector by 3. After we want to prove that OQ vector. OQ vector means 2:1 ratio. 2 times of OB vector plus 1 times of OA vector divided by 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 means 3. So 2 times of OB vector to 1 times of OA vector. OB vector how to write? OA vector plus 2 times of OB vector by 3. OA vector how to write? A vector plus OB vector how to write? B vector. So 2 times of B vector divided by 3. Therefore the position vectors are first one B plus 2A vector by 3, A plus 2B vector by 3. Here P divides by 1:2. Q divides by 2:1. Okay. P divides by 1 is to 2, Q divides by 2 is to 1. It is on condition. So it is on the final result. Okay, thank you students. Question number 4. If D vector and E vector are the midpoints of the sides AB and AC of a triangle ABC, prove that BE vector plus DC vector equal to 3 by 2 BC vector. Okay. Now solution. It is very important. 3 mark question. Okay. Let A vector and B vector and C vector be the position vectors. So OA vector equal to A vector, OB vector equal to B vector, OC vector equal to C vector. Now it is on a triangle ABC. ABC. So ABC. A means position vector A vector, B means position vector B vector, C means position vector C vector. Here A to C center value E, A to B center value D. Okay. So D is the midpoint of AB. D is the midpoint of AB. So D is the midpoint of AD means, so OD vector equal to, okay, D is the midpoint of AB means OD vector equal to A vector plus B vector by 2. Small a vector plus B vector divided by 2. After E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC. So OE vector equal to A vector plus C vector by 2. After B vector equal to OE vector minus OB vector. It is on formula. Okay. B vector equal to position vector OE vector minus OB vector. OE vector minus OB vector. What is OE value? A vector plus C vector by 2 minus OB vector means, OB means how to write? OB vector means you take B vector. Okay. So 2 into B, 2B vector by 2. Now DC vector equal to position vector OC minus OD. DC vector means how to write? OC minus OD. So OC means C vector, small C vector. After OD vector means, what is OD value? A plus B vector by 2. A plus B vector by 2. Now taking cross multiplication, 2 into C, 2C minus A, minus into A, minus into B, minus B by 2. Okay. Now adding B vector plus DC vector value. B vector value is ready. After DC vector value is ready. Now adding the two conditions. B value A plus C vector minus 2B vector by 2 plus DC vector value 2C minus A vector minus B vector by 2. Now, so denominator is same. So taking 2 after 1C, I mean A vector plus C vector minus 2B vector by 2 equal to, okay. Now plus A vector minus A vector cancel. Plus C vector plus 2C vector plus 3C vector minus 2B vector minus 1B vector minus 3B vector. Now 3 is a common factor taking outside. So 3 of C minus B vector. Okay, 3 of C vector minus B vector by 2. So 3 by 2 of C minus B. C minus B, how to write? C means OC vector. B means OB vector. OC minus OB, how to write? BC vector. OC vector minus OB vector, how to write? BC vector. So 3 by 2 of BC vector. So B plus DC equal to 3 by 2 BC vector. It is on the final result. Okay. Thank you students. Now question number 5. Prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of the sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side, whose length is half of the length of the third side. Now solution. So it is on the triangle. Now A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C. Now D vector is between the midpoint of AB. E vector is between the midpoint of AC. Okay. Now OA vector equal to A vector, position vector. OB vector equal to B vector. OC vector equal to C vector. Okay, D is the midpoint of AB. D is the midpoint of AB. D is the midpoint of AB means OD vector equal to OA vector plus OB vector by 2. OA vector, how to write? A vector. OB vector, how to write? B vector by 2. Okay. After E is the midpoint of AC. So E is the midpoint of AC means you take OE vector equal to OA vector plus OC vector by 2. OA vector means A vector plus OC vector means C vector by 2. Okay. Now DE vector equal to OE vector minus OD vector. DE vector equal to, now DE vector equal to OE vector minus OD vector. OE vector means how to write? A vector plus C vector by 2. OE vector, how to write? A vector plus C vector by 2. After OD vector, how to write? A vector plus B vector by 2. Okay, minus into A, minus into B, minus B. So plus A minus A cancel, remaining value C vector minus B vector by 2. Now half of C vector minus B vector is here. Half of C vector minus B vector. Okay, now C vector, OC vector, B vector, OB vector. So half of OC minus OB, how to write? BC vector. Okay, OC minus OB, how to write? BC vector equal to OC minus OB. Okay, after taking the coefficient of means you take the element of lambda. Okay, lambda means instead of 1 by 2 means you take lambda. So lambda of BC vector is here. Instead of 1 by 2 means you take lambda, because lambda equal to 1 by 2. So DE vector equal to lambda of BC vector. So DE vector parallel to BC vector. DE vector parallel to BC vector and DE vector. Okay, thank you students. Okay student, now question number 6. Prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a quadrilateral form a parallelogram. Okay, now solution. Okay, let the position vectors of the quadrilateral A, B, C and D. Okay, A, B, C and D is the position vectors. Okay, A, B, C, D is the main points. Now OP vector equal to, OP vector. Here P, Q, R, S is here P, Q, R. So OP vector equal to, how to write? OP vector equal to A vector plus B vector by 2. OQ vector equal to B vector plus C vector by 2. After OR vector equal to, here OR vector equal to C vector plus D vector by 2. After OS vector equal to A vector plus D vector by 2. Okay, now PQ vector equal to, now PQ vector equal to OQ minus OP. What is OQ value? B plus C vector by 2 minus OP vector A plus B by 2. Okay, so minus into A, minus into B, minus B. So plus B minus B cancel, remaining only C vector minus A vector by 2. That is equation number 2. After PQ vector after, next we want to find SR vector. Okay, S and R vector is here. SR vector OR minus OS vector. So OR means C plus D by 2 minus OS means A plus D by 2. Now plus D minus D cancel, remaining value C minus A by 2. After PQ vector equal to SR vector. PQ vector equal to SR vector. PQ value C vector minus A vector by 2, and also SR vector also C vector minus A vector by 2. So PQ equal to SR means PQ parallel to SR vector. Okay, thank you students. After 7th one, if A and B represent a side and a diagonal of a parallelogram, find the other sides and other diagonals. Okay, now solution. It is one of the parallelogram. The sides are A, B, C, D. Okay, A, B, C, D is here. Here it is A vector. Position vector A vector. It is opposite direction, so minus A vector. Okay, here direct direction A vector, opposite direction means minus A vector. So direct direction means B vector minus A vector, B vector minus A vector is here. Now the diagonal line is B vector is here. Now triangle ABC. So ABC, triangle ABC equal to, how to write? AB vector, BC vector after AC vector. Okay, AB vector, here it is triangle ABC. So AB vector plus BC vector equal to AC vector. Now BC vector equal to plus AB in opposite minus AB. So BC vector equal to AC vector, how to write? Coordinates of AC equal to B vector minus coordinates of AB equal to AB vector. So BC vector equal to B vector minus A vector. After in triangle ABD, triangle ABD, AB plus BD equal to AD. Okay, AB plus BD equal to AD. Now BD equal to AD plus AB in opposite minus AB. Okay, so BD equal to, what is AD value? AD coordinates B minus A. So B minus A is here. After, what is AB coordinates? AB equal to, where is AB? A and B coordinates equal to minus A. So minus A is here. So minus A minus 2A vector. Okay, so BD vector equal to B minus 2A vector. BC vector equal to B minus A vector. Okay, Now it is the final answer. Thank you, students. After ninth sum, if D is the midpoint of the side BC of a triangle ABC, prove that AB vector plus AC vector equal to 2 times of AD vector. Now solution. Okay, in a triangle is here A, B, C, midpoint is D. Midpoint is D is here. Let OA vector, OA vector equal to A vector. Okay, OA vector equal to A vector. OB vector equal to B vector. OB vector equal to B vector. OC vector equal to C vector. Position vectors. Okay, OA equal to A vector. OB equal to B vector. OC equal to C vector. Now D is the midpoint of BC. D is the midpoint of BC. So OD vector equal to B vector plus C vector by 2. Okay. OD vector equal to B vector plus C vector by 2. After, to prove AB vector plus AC vector equal to 2 AD vector. That is a condition. AB vector plus AC vector equal to 2 times of AD vector. Let us take the LHS AB vector plus AC vector. What is in the AB? AB means OB minus OA. AB how to write? AB vector means in position vector order OB minus OA. Okay, after AC means OC minus OA. OB means B vector, OA means A vector, plus OC means C vector, OA means small a vector. So minus A minus 2 times of A, B vector plus C vector is here. Okay, after RHS value 2 times of AD is here. So 2 times of what is AD? AD how to write? OD minus OA. AD vector how to write? OD vector minus OA vector. So OD vector means B plus C by 2. OD vector value B vector plus C vector by 2 minus OA means position vector A vector. Now taking cross multiplication 2 into A minus 2A by 2. Okay, now numerator to denominator to cancel, remaining value B vector plus C vector minus 2A vector. It is RHS result. So LHS and RHS both are equal. Thank you, students. This is a centroid of a triangle ABC. Prove that GA vector plus GB vector plus GC vector equal to 0 vector. What is the centroid formula? Centroid formula OG vector equal to OA vector plus OB vector plus OC vector divided by 3. It is centroid formula. Okay. So let A vector, B vector, C vector be the position vectors. So OA equal to A vector, OA equal to A vector. Here O is here center. OA A vector, OB means B vector, OC means C vector. G is centroid. Okay. Now divisible 3 in opposite multiple. So 3 into OG, 3 OG equal to OA vector plus OB vector plus OC vector. Now what is the condition is here? GA vector plus GA vector plus GB vector plus GC vector equal to 0. Prove that in the condition equal to 0. Now let us take the LHS part only. What is LHS part? GA, GB, GC. Now GA how to write? OA minus OG. GB how to write? OB minus OG. GC how to write? OC minus OG. Okay, now one time OG, another one time OG, another one time OG is here. So total 3 times. So minus 3 times of OG, remaining value OA plus OB plus OC. Now OA plus OB plus OC result is OA plus OB plus OC result is 3 times of OG. So 3 times of OG instead of that value equal to 3 times of OG. Already 3 times of OG is here. So plus minus value cancel. Remaining value is 0 vector. It is the final result. It is the final result. Okay. Thank you, students. Question number 11. Let A vector A and B and C be the vertices of the triangle. Let D, E, F be the midpoints of the sides BC, CA and AB respectively. Show that AD vector plus BE vector plus CF vector equal to 0 vector. Now solution. Let A vector, B vector and C vector be the position vectors. Since D is the midpoint of BC, that is a triangle A, B, C. D is the midpoint of B to C. Okay. A vector, small a vector, small b vector, small c vector is the position vectors. Position vectors. So A to B between value F, A to B between value F, after A to C between value E. In your book already gave the condition D, E, F be the midpoints of BC. So BC midpoint D. Okay. BC midpoint D. After E bar the midpoint of CA. So midpoint of CA equal to E. Midpoint of CA equal to E. After midpoint of AB equal to midpoint of AB equal to F. Okay, midpoint of AB equal to F is here. Okay. Now OD vector equal to D is the midpoint of BC. So OD vector equal to B vector plus C vector by 2. E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC. So A vector plus C vector by 2. After F is the midpoint of AB. So OF equal to A vector plus B vector by 2. Okay. To prove what is the condition is given, AD vector plus BE vector plus CF vector equal to 0 vector. Now I will take LHS part only. AD vector plus BE vector plus CF vector only. So AD vector how to write OD minus OA. BE vector how to write OE minus OB. CF vector how to write OF minus CF. Okay. All the condition is here. AD vector how to write OD minus OA. BE vector how to write OE minus OB. CF vector how to write OF minus OC. Now OD equal to B plus C by 2. OD value, where is OD value? B plus C by 2. OA means minus OA. Okay. OE vector value A plus C by 2. A vector plus C vector by 2. After OB means OB only. OF vector A plus B by 2 minus OC is here. Now OA vector how to write? A vector. OB vector how to write? B vector. OC vector how to write? C vector. It is the position vectors. Okay. Now B vector plus C vector 2 into A minus 2A by 2. A plus C 2 into B minus 2B by 2. A plus B 2 into C minus 2C by 2. Okay. So both LHS values are same. So taking 2. So B plus C minus 2A. A plus C minus 2B. A plus B minus 2C by 2. Okay. So plus B and another one plus B equal to 2B. Okay. 2B after plus C, another one C plus 2C. Okay, plus C, another one A plus 2A. After minus 2A minus 2B minus 2C here. So plus 2B minus 2B cancel. Plus 2C minus 2C cancel. Plus 2A minus 2A cancel. So in numerator value 0 is here. So 0 by 2, 0 vector. It is the RHS result. Okay. Thank you, students. Question number 12. AB vector plus AD vector plus CB vector plus CD vector equal to find 4E vector. Okay, to prove AB vector plus AD vector plus CB vector plus CD vector equal to 4 times of EF vector. Okay, now solution. Let A vector, B vector, C vector and D vector are the position vectors. So OA vector equal to small a vector, OB vector equal to small b vector, OC vector equal to small c vector, OD vector equal to small d vector. It is one of the quadrilateral. Okay, it is one of the quadrilateral. So A vector, B vector, C vector, D vector is here. Position vector, small a vector, small b vector, small c vector, small d vector is here. It is one of the diagonal line. It is another one diagonal line. Okay, another one diagonal line. Okay, the line name is called E. That line name is called F. So E and F are the midpoints of AC and BD. E and F are the midpoints of AC and BD. Okay, so OE vector equal to OE vector equal to A vector, OE vector equal to A vector plus C vector by 2. OF vector equal to D vector B vector by 2, D vector B vector 2 or B vector plus D vector by 2. Okay, now 2 into OE, 2 into OE cross multiplication, 2 into OE, 2 times OE equal to A plus C vector. After 2 into OF, 2 OF equal to B plus D. Okay, now to prove AB vector plus AD vector plus CB vector plus CD vector equal to 4 times of EF vector. Okay, let us take LHS part only. Here AB vector how to write? OB minus OA. AD vector how to write? OD minus OA. CB vector how to write? OB minus OC. CD vector how to write? OD minus OC. Now OB means B vector, OA means A vector, position vectors. OD means D vector, OA means A vector. OB means B vector, OC means C vector. OD means D vector, OC means C vector. Okay, so minus A equal to minus 2A, plus B equal to plus 2B, minus C equal to minus 2C, plus D equal to plus 2 times of D. Now I take the positive value separator, negative value separator. Positive value 2B vector plus 2D vector only. Negative value minus 2C minus 2A vector only. So 2 is a common factor taking outside. In this case 2 is common factor taking outside. So P plus D vector is here, A plus C vector is here. So B plus D means, what is B plus D result? P plus D result is 2 OF vector. Okay, 2 OF vector. After A plus C result is 2 OE vector. 2 OE vector. Now 2 2s are 4 OF. Now 2 2s are 4 OE. Okay, so 4 is a common factor taking outside. So 4 of OF minus OE. OF minus OE, how to write? EF. EF vector equal to, in position vectors order, OF minus OE vector. Okay, it is the final answer. Okay students, thank you.